Hi, I'm Mark Angeluti Estrella from BSMAR E1F. In this video, I'm going to talk about what is vernier caliper and the different parts and functions. And also, I'm going to demonstrate on how to get the length of the wood, width, and thickness. What is a vernier caliper? Vernier caliper is a measuring device that consists of a main scale with a fixed jaw and a sliding jaw with an attached vernier. What are the different parts of vernier caliper? In my caliper, I have 5 different parts. And the first is the internal jaws. Internal jaws. Here, the top. And the second one is the external jaws. Here, this is the external jaws. And also the main scale, this main scale, and the vernier scale, this one, the small one here, and also the deep measuring blade, this one, this is the deep measuring blade. And also, what is the function of a vernier caliper? The function of a vernier caliper is to measure the length, the width, height, and depth of objects and the inner and outer part of the ring. That is the purpose of the vernier caliper and use of it. And now, I'm going to demonstrate on how to use the vernier caliper. As you can see on the video, I have 3 different kind of woods. So let's start with the wood number 1. I'm going to get the length of wood number 1, and now I'm going to measure the length of wood number 1. The reading of wood number 1 in the main scale is 123 millimeter. And now let's read the reading of vernier scale. Ano na to kung asa siya sa pinakatungod o pinaka atbang na duol kayo. Sa akong nakita dire, ang pinaka tungod dud kay siya na atbang dud kay sila kay ang 3. So ang akong reading sa wood number 1 sa iyang length kay 123.30 millimeter. So I'm going to write it on the paper. 123.30 millimeter. And the next is the width. I'm going to measure the width of the wood number 1. The width. Let's measure the width of wood number 1. The reading of the main scale is 48 millimeter. 48. And let's read the vernier scale. Asa siya pinakatumong. Start to this one. As you can see, pinakatumong siya diri sa 80. Nakata number 80. So my reading is 48.80, the width of the wood number 1. 48.8 millimeter. 48.80 or 48.8 millimeter. And now the thickness of wood number 1. Let's measure the thickness. The thickness. And the reading is 18 millimeter. And now let's read the Vernier scale. The Vernier scale. Sa Vernier scale, ang gyapon na to ang sa pinakatungod. So naa siya diri sa 5. So ang 5 kay 50. So 18.5 millimeter or 50 millimeter. 18.50 millimeter ang thickness sa wood number 1. Now let's going to proceed to wood number 2. First, let's measure the length of wood number 2. The length of wood number 2. And the reading of the Vernier scale is between sa 120 and 121 mm. So wa mo siya kabot sa 121. So matawag yapon siya 120 mm. 120 mm. So let's read in the Vernier scale. Vernier scale. Ano to kung asa siya sa pinaka tungod jud maayo. So sa 75 pinakatungod siya diri. 75. So the reading is of the length of the wood number 2 is 120.75 millimeter. And now let's measure the width. The width of wood number 2. Let's see the main scale, the reading of the main scale. Naa siya sa 47 millimeter. 47 ang width. 47. And now let's see the Vernier scale. Kasi siya pinakatungod. Start from the bottom. Pinakalisod sa Vernier scale. So ang pinakatungod siya diri sa 3. Sa 30. So atong reading sa width is 47.30 mm or 3 mm. 47.3 mm. Let's proceed sa thickness sa wood number 2. The thickness. Ang reading is 19. Sakto rin siya sa 19 mm. Sa Vernier scale, let's see sa Vernier scale. Pinakatungod, which is ang 95 here. Wait, kay Lord. The 95 one. This one. 19.95 millimeter. So let's proceed to wood number 3. Wood number 3. Let's measure length. Plus on. So ang iyang gitas-on is saktura siya sa 100 millimeter. So let's read the Vernier scale. So, pinakatungod gihapon. Tungod siya diri sa 15. Ay 25 day. Wrong, 25. 25. 100.25 millimeter. Now let's proceed on the width ang iyang kalapdon. So ang reading sa itong main scale is 87 sa width. And now let's read on the Vernier scale. So ang reading sa Vernier scale na pinakatungod siya is the 0.5, which is 0.5, 57.05 millimeter, 0.05 sa thickness sa atong gibag-on. Sa wood number 3, nipis ra pa siya. Pili reading is 6, between sa 6 and 7, kaya wala siya abot sa 7, so nara siya sa 6 padung sa 7, so it's 6. Now let's read the Vernier scale. And the Vernier scale, let's see kung asa siya kanang nag-atbang. So naa siya nag-atbang diri sa 6, so 60, 6.6 or 60 millimeter. So let's see the result. Sa wood number 1, the length is 123.30 or 3 millimeter, and the width is 48.80 millimeter or 48.8 millimeter, and the thickness is 18.50 millimeter or 5 millimeter. And the wood number 2 is 120.75 millimeter, the length, and the width also is 47.30 millimeter, and the thickness is 19.95 millimeter. And the wood number 3 is 100.25 millimeter. Then the width is the 87.5 millimeter, and the thickness is 6.60 millimeter. That's all. Thank you for watching.